We're now joined by Ross Tucker, CBS Sports, myfrontpagestory.com, and the Ross Tucker podcast on Sick'em 365 Radio, Paul Catalina and David Smoke. Ross, how about the Cincinnati Bengals? My goodness, what a run they've made with Joe Burrow and company, and how surprised were you with some of the mismanagement that Kansas City had in key moments yesterday?
Very, very. Yep, I mean, I was there on the sideline. And I thought the game was going to get away from the Bengals, 21-3. Mahomes scores touchdowns the first three drives. I thought, oh, boy, this is going to be one of those kind of games. The Bengals had a nice season, nice story, but now they're not putting their big boy pants on against the Chiefs. I'm telling you guys, because I was there, the last play of the first half changed everything. Everything. I was on the – first of all – a couple people that were on the Chiefs sideline told me that Andy Reid wanted to kick the field goal with 5 seconds left. And Mahomes said, one more. No, just one more play. It's almost like Mahomes, though, didn't know the situation. You can't throw the ball in the flat in that situation. Andy Reid trusted his player, and that trust was not rewarded because Mahomes clearly didn't have the football IQ to know what to do in that situation. It's a quick throw into the end zone or throw it out of bounds or in the dirt. You got to get the field goal there. And when he threw it in the flat and Tyreek Hill got tackled, I was on the Bengals sideline and they went nuts. I was with Zach Taylor as he was talking to Evan Washburn, the Bengals head coach, talking to the CBS sideline guy. And he was so fired up. He was like, the same score we had last time when we beat these guys. You know, it's a huge stop for us. Like, he was fired up. That stop gave the Bengals all the momentum and belief that they needed.
Ross, this kind of felt the Bengals like a team that was a year away to me. When you watch in the regular season, like, man, that, you know, Burrow and Chase, I mean, had a hit on those picks right away, but, you know, they still needed some functional things. Their offensive line still isn't fantastic, as you know, but what enabled them to put it together to not be a year away anymore?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing is probably just Burrow. I interviewed him after the game. It's crazy how calm, cool, and collected that guy is. I mean, probably like the calmest guy I think I've ever interviewed. I mean, I was only allowed to have 3 questions with him. He was so relaxed. When I asked him the first one, I said, Joe, you just won the AFC Championship game. You're going to the Super Bowl. Why are you so calm right now? And he's like, I was excited right after the game, but, you know, this is kind of what I thought would happen. Like, he really believes that the Bengals are supposed to be winning these games. And that's, I think, why they are. Everything that's happening, you get the sense that Joe Burrow, more or less, this is what he knows. This is how he thought it would go down.
You know, it's interesting. You see these young quarterbacks, and I know Mahomes made the mistake and didn't finish it off, but you have Burrow, among others, now as on the same weekend in which, or this a week from Aaron Rodgers is out, and now the story about Tom Brady, whenever that becomes official. The NFL's in pretty good hands, isn't it, Ross?
There it is. There are some young guys that can really, really play. I mean, think about what we saw last Sunday night with Mahomes and Josh Allen, and now think about Joe Burrow and what he's able to do. It's very exciting, very exciting. And it seems like a lot of them are in the AFC. So Aaron Rodgers, you better think about what he wants to do. I don't know if you want to go to the AFC if you're Aaron Rodgers. I mean, NFC seems like a better place to be.
To the NFC now, Matt Stafford in the Super Bowl after years of chewing away with the Lions. And, you know, the Lions kind of always seem like they get something they like Matt Stafford. Well, that's it. We had Barry Sanders. That's it. We got Matt Stafford and Megatron. That's it. That's all we really need. And they kind of stop, it feels like, and they don't know what they're doing. How much is it Matt Stafford being with the Rams? How much did he bring there, and how much did that marriage really work?
I'm so happy for him. I mean, aren't you guys? I'm so happy for that guy. Like, you know, it's tough to overcome. You know, it's interesting. Matthew Stafford was not able to do what Joe Burrow did. Matthew Stafford was not able to turn around a franchise like Joe Burrow did. I hadn't thought of that till right now talking with you guys. I'm happy for him, but think about this. If Jaquiski Tartt intercepts that pass, which was a horrific pass by Stafford, we're all singing a different tune today. You know, I mean, then it's like, oh my gosh, Stafford just threw the ball up in the middle of the air for no reason. What is he doing? It really is remarkable to think about how much of a difference just that one play would have made. Maybe they still would have won, you know, who knows? But it's pretty remarkable when you think about it. I'm happy for Stafford. I think he deserves this. And also, going back to the Aaron Rodgers conversation, 2 years ago, Brady went to the Bucs. They went all in. They won the Super Bowl. This year, Matthew Stafford went to the Rams. They went all in. Von Miller, Odell Beckham Jr., Super Bowl.
Man, that's pretty good truth serum right there. Again, Ross Tucker, the Ross Tucker Podcast, CBS Sports, and also Valentine's coming up, Ross, myfrontpagestory.com. This is something that you started recently and in the last year or two, and we've had you on before to talk about it. This is, to me, one of the most unique ways to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Well, you of all people, Dave, would love it because there's nothing else like it. We have a bunch of writers on staff. It's so cool to see the videos of these guys when they get it for their wives for Valentine's Day. You hand your wife this big package, right? And she's like, what is this? She starts to open it. She's confused. And you're like, honey, I want to do something special for you this year. I had a story written about you. She will be so confused. She's like, wait, what? What do you mean you had a story written about me? Yeah, I had a story written about you. And when she sees it, it's beautiful. It looks like it's on the cover of the newspaper, framed pictures of her and the family right in the middle of it. It looks like just like a newspaper. And then when she actually reads it, and it's like, I just never tell her enough how much I appreciate all the little things she does for the family. Like I'm telling you guys, she will cry. If you get it for your wife for Valentine's Day, myfrontpagestory.com. She will cry happy tears. You will win. I can almost guarantee it. myfrontpagestory.com.
Guaranteed win. That's a guarantee. That's a Namath thing right there. That's Ross Tucker going Namath for Valentine's Day. All right, Ross, real quick before we got to let you go. Early, we got 2 weeks before the Super Bowl hits. Do you have a prediction on this? I mean, especially after you talked to Joe Burrow yesterday, did that influence where you may pick on this? Because we can get an X and O's all you want, but if one guy is a Zen master, then maybe all bets are off.
It's a good question. I'm leaning Rams because I think they're better up front on both sides of the ball. But I like the Bengals getting the points, which just goes to show you, I think it's going to be a really close competitive game, which is awesome. It's what we should all want, right? A close competitive game. And I think that's what we're going to get. The Bengals are getting 4 points. I'll take the Bengals, man, getting those 4 points all day long. Because I think the Rams win, but it could go either way. Give me the 4 points. Every NFL playoff game ends on a field goal. You're going to give me more than a field goal? They all end by 3 points.
Yeah, it's been amazing. What a run the last 2 weekends. Ross Tucker, CBS Sports, the Ross Tucker Podcast. And don't forget, myfrontpagestory.com. Guaranteed a victory for you on Valentine's Day. Ross, thanks for your time. This is Sikkim 365 Radio and 365 Sports.